Hi friends, welcome to Homemade Jam Week 6. We are halfway through our summer now, and it's time to learn this week again about a piece of armor that God gives to us that helps to protect us. So grab the sheet with your knight on it. Now remember, we've been learning about this armor that God gives his people to protect them from the attacks of the devil, and we've already learned about the belt of truth and how God's word is true, and he gives us his truth so that we can test everything against it. We've learned about the breastplate or the body armor of God's righteousness and how he gives that piece of armor to us to go over our hearts and protect our hearts against the lies that people would try to tell. And then last week we started learning about the shoes of peace and how we can be peacemakers. We can help to not continue the fight, but to bring peace to situations. So remember, the first thing you want to do is grab your knight out of your box, grab your aluminum foil, and start cutting out again your pieces. You're going to cut another belt, another breastplate or body armor, and another set of shoes, and you're going to use your glue stick and glue those on your knight. Your knight's armor is getting super strong now, and he's going to be able to stand up to anything that the world throws at him. I wanted, before I let you go to this week's activities, to use an object lesson to show you what it looks like when we can bring peace. So I want you to imagine that you're in an argument, maybe with your brother or your sister, and I'm going to use this candle to help us see what happens when we continue to fight. Sometimes in our fights with our brother or our sister, we can get a little hot. We can get mad, and that fight just continues to burn like this candle is burning. But did you know that flames, candles, they need something to burn. They need oxygen. And so I'm going to take my jar and I'm going to put it over my candle, and I want you to watch what happens when this flame doesn't have any oxygen. When I first put it over, the flame just continues to burn like it has been, but all of a sudden you'll notice something happening. The flame starts to get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and pretty soon it almost goes out. When we choose to be peacemakers, when we choose not to get angry and to continue to fight, it's like taking that oxygen away from the flame. Nobody wants to fight with somebody who's not fighting. God tells us to be peacemakers, to help put out the heat of debate, to help put out the candles that burn where people are so angry. And so this week, as we go into our lesson talking about the shoes of God's peace, you're going to have the opportunity again to learn what it means to be a peacemaker. You'll have some time where you can sing some songs. Again, we're looking at Stand Strong, standing in what's right and what's true. And the second song this week, again, is that song Shalom. And remember, I said Shalom means peace. So you'll be able to sing those songs again this week with your family. You're also going to play a game. What makes you smile? Sometimes it's something pretty silly. Sometimes it might be something super funny. Sometimes it might be somebody trying to be serious. So you'll play a game called Make Me Smile with your family, and you'll see if you can make other family members smile. We also have a craft project this week. You're going to make some tags for your shoes that remind you that we are supposed to be peacemakers. And so when you finish those tags, you'll be able to put them on your shoes to remind you every time you see that to be a peacemaker. There's also an opportunity for you to do some praying for one another again. And as you do it, you're going to tippy-toe like you're sneaking around. God gives us his peace, and he calls us to be peacemakers, to help other people in the world find peace. So this week, as you as a family together share those shoes of peace, see if you can't become a peacemaker for somebody else. I hope you guys have a super fun time this week with all of the peace activities. Next week, we get a new piece of armor. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you soon.